Okay, now this is my stallion Chance, and the mare, the Gruyere mare, is Tia. She's the oldest mare I have. Chance was 5 years old when he was captured, and Tia was 7 years old when she was captured wild. These are the wildest of the horses I've got, but they can be handled and all. In fact, yesterday I got Chance in the corral and tried to get the snarls out of his mane. He was really bad, and I tried brushing him off because it had been raining here, and he was muddier and all get out. But we had to go the rounds yesterday trying to get him in the corral. He had to take a few laps around the field here before he'd go in. He doesn't like to cooperate with me right away. He likes to put up a little resistance. And that's about as close as anybody can get to Tia. Triss has kind of got away with the horses. She can walk up to Chance where I can't. Both Tia and Chance will move away from me. Won't let me walk up and pet them, but I know she can do it with Chance. He's not going to do it with Josie with her. I've had these guys for about, Oh, God, this has been 3 or 4 years now. Kind of lost track of time. A couple of the buffalo I own. Go over closer to the fence, see if they'll run up to you. Okay. This is my bull. I only have the one bull here, and then this cow and yearling calf, and that's all the buffalo I have. The calf's a bull calf. These are my mares. This first one is Mistine. She and Barb are sisters, and Barb's back here. Mistine. Okay, this is Barb and her filly. They've all had fillies this year except for Smokey. Okay, now we'll go through the group. This is Tierra. Yeah, Smokey had a little colt. Tierra didn't have anything. She hasn't had a foal for a couple of years now. This is her last one, was Tierra here. Tierra's a little lineback bay. She's also out of Chance, my stallion, and so that's why I've got her separated from Chance. And this is Smokey. Tierra is 3 years old this year. Smokey is 5, and Mistine is 4. No, kids are older than that. I've lost track of how old these horses are. Let's see, Mistine would be 5. Yeah, Mistine would be 5, and Smokey and Barb and Spice over there are 6. Now this is Smokey's colt. It's a little stud colt. It's a Gruya. He looks kind of ratty right now because he's still got his baby hair. Okay, this is a little filly, red dun filly. This is Mistine's filly. And this is Barb's filly. Barb. Okay, and this is Spice. It's Trias' pet in there. And Spice is filly. Spice's filly is going to be either brown or a bay, something like that. She doesn't have any stripes at all. And Spice is red dun. Now Spice is the two yearling colts that we looked at before. Now Sage is Spice's baby. And Susoc is Barb here's baby. This is Barb. There you go. Barb's got a little bit of the little cobwebbing marks here. Chance's got them too, but not real strong. Okay, now this Roubidoux stallion is Steve Hart's stallion, and I'm borrowing him this year. And Steve calls him Gru. He's the same age as Smokey and Barb. Now Spice, I said, was the same age as Smokey and Barb, but Spice is about a year or two older. Get on the other side where the sun is on him. I need to get his other side, but he won't turn around now. Yeah. Well, those flies are sure around that scratch. That's where he cut himself. I think it's healing good, though. And here's Barb in her foal again. And here's Tiara. Oh, okay. Here's Frankie. This is our deer, Frankie. Go over and get some closer ups of him. This is our deer, Frankie. His antlers are quite strange this year. They're real tall, but they're real strange looking. Yeah. Okay, here's Smokey's little colt. There's Barb and her colt. Little foal, filly foal. There's Spice's little filly. And there's Spice and Smokey together. This guy's got a lot of good stripes. He'll look a lot better once he sheds out. Probably next year he'll look real good. I think he'll probably be a slate gruya, the color of Tia. I could be wrong. He may end up being darker like Smoky here, but I think he's going to be a lighter color. Spice has had a sorrel filly, and then a little zebra dun colt, sage, and now she's had this darker filly here. Smoky's had a red dun and a filly, a gruya filly, and now the little gruya colt. What? Oh, okay. I want to get these guys first. Okay, I can't remember, but I think I said Miss Dean had a red dun colt, and then zebra dun colt last year, and then this year she's got the red dun filly. Here goes baby. Back to mama. Yeah. I love to watch them run and play. That's Barb's little filly that was doing that. Let's go farther. Okay, this is Barb here, and Barb had a black filly, was her first, and then of course Susoc was her second. He's a zebra dun, and then this one here, the little dun filly here, is her third. Like I said before, Smokey's had the red dun filly, Gruya filly, and the little Gruya colt here. Really? Huh. This little guy or gal here was quite a surprise. Like I said, Spice has had the sorrel filly and then the zebra dun, and now this one here. Chance is obviously Chance is heterozygous for the dun factor. With us getting the solid color horses, but it's kind of fun because we just never know what we might get. Tierra came up and was sniffing my arm while I was videoing stuff. Barb and Mistine's mother was a bay, but their father was a slate Gruya, a real pretty horse, and all I've seen is photographs of him, but he's still out on the range. They caught him last year again, and they put him right back on. He's probably one of the best looking horses I've seen.
I'm here filming this, and they didn't put him back on the sulphur herd. They transferred him somewhere else.
Steam from breeding her with Gru over here, but it's hard to tell what we'll get. And I don't even know if he's bred her or not.
From Gru, we ended up getting, Mistine had a zebra dun colt. Barb had,
could you grab,
trying to remember this, hard for me to remember things anymore. Let's see, Barb, what did she have? Yes, I'm going blank. No, I can't remember now. Smokey had a red dun.
These sulphur horses, one of their characteristics is they've got long ears.
Oh yeah, the
real hooked.
The Gruyas, I can't remember things.
Strong hooks.
Barb's
long ears.
Colt from Gru was Con, the Gruya. Stallion that Cami Sefrovich owns. Okay. And then Spice had a darker Gruya colt that I called Tegueo, Teg. And I was wanting to keep him, but I got out of the horses at that time, and so I didn't end up keeping him. Sold him to a fellow in Park City. He was a good-looking little colt too.
Why don't you run up there so I can get him running?
Live bait, you mean?
Yeah, live bait.
After that, I moved the horses up to Nikki's place in Idaho, the mares.
Spice here is quite rafter hip. That's what the Spanish Mustang registry folks are looking for. She doesn't have that dip on top there, on her spine, like that. Poor horses and those other horses that I adopted had.
I did keep
Smokies got good.
Mistine for a couple of years
too.
after that. Mistine did have one more foal, a red dun out of Chance. And then Aaron Gray took Chance. And I had Teg for quite a little while, and he ended up breeding her. That was a real surprise to me because he was young. And she had a Gruya colt out of him that
What happened?
the guy in
really?
Park City ended up buying from me. He also, like I said,
Really?
he bought Teg too.
It's a she.
And that was the last of my horses.
This Barb's little filly is sold already. Well, I don't know if she's sold, but there's a fellow that says he wants to buy her. She's got nice leg stripes too. She's the lighter dun color. And Mistine's colt last year, Pueblo, was like this. I think he had a few more stripes though. But he had the real dark black stripes against the lighter dun color. Real prominent, really showed up. Lady in California bought him.
This little gal, the guy in Park City ended up buying her, and then I believe Dwayne White bought her. Her name was Wisp. I've lost track of most of the horses now.
What's that? Will they paw at you?
Robert Painter
Never had him.
in Idaho, I think he ended up buying Gru. Gru's name was Taquita Sulphur. His registered name was. He was a nice horse, Gru was, too. Of course, Chance ended up going to Aaron Gray for a while, and then she ended up, after a short time, sold him to, I guess, Robert Smith, I think was his name, fella in Idaho. And then Chance died a few years later. I think it was 2003 when he died. He was young. He was just 15 years old. But I think I had altogether from Chance about, I think, 15 or 16 colts. Delta, another horse I had, she ended up having a filly, red dun filly, and I don't think anybody really knows about her.
Tierra's she's a real gentle little gal. She's never been worked with either at all. I haven't trained her a bit. She's halter broke, but that's about it.
That's Trieste, of course. She lives real close to me here in Hamilton, Montana, only 4 miles away. Trieste has been good. She's always done a lot with me with the horses. Nikki has too, really. Well, I think this is about it, so I'm going to go ahead and end this.
I guess that ought to be enough.
Yep, sounds like I'm saying it's enough. These horses were really gentle. Good horses. Hard to do it when you have so many. Hard to have time for every one of them. That was my problem. Between the hatchery. This is at the hatchery here, filmed at this lower end of the fish hatchery where I worked and lived. And I ended up having to sell all my horses. It was just too much. I often wish, though, that I would have kept Chance and probably Miss Steen. But at the time, I ended up selling them. If I had to do it over again, I would have kept Chance and Miss Steen both. I could have handled that.
If Tierra has a colt next year, it'll be her first.
She did have a foal. It was a little Gruya foal. I forgot about that. Just reminded me. And I've sold them both.
They're going on 2 years old. This is Sage right here.
I'll go ahead and keep filming a little bit of this.
And this is Susoc. And I'll try to get them away from me. Go on, guys.
Of course.
Go on.
Sage ended up being name changed to Wakara's Gold. Jason King bought him. And
go on, boys. Go on. Okay, Susoc's far one, and then Sage is the closest. Sage has more of the rafter hip on the back. It slopes down. Susoc's a little bit flatter on top. Sage is a little bit taller, just a wee bit taller than Susoc.
I know Susoc is dead now. Don't know about what happened to Sage or Wakara, what he was. Don't know what ever became of him. This never films too good in the winter time, so I'm going to stop it.